right, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to Queen Amadai TV, More Than Meets the Third Eye. I'm your host, Queen QueenAShakur. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and be sure to click the notification bell and click the word all so that you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Also, make sure you double check to ensure that you're still subscribed, okay? And please get the likes up. Please like and share. You know they have the Queen Shadow Band on all channels. All right, hello Lillian. Claudette is here. Tradinia. All right. Eileen. Emperor Rex is in the house. Okay. Let me get my phone up because I can't see anything. This chat keeps freezing. Hundia, Kathy B. Stacy. All right. Juju B is in the house. Okay. All Hell Nah is here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get it started. I apologize for my tardiness. I was having technical issues. Okay, Gina Lane is here. All right. Claudette, did I say you, Kathy B? Okay, so let's get into it. So I'm going to be doing a PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to be talking about why sugar gives us the blues. Okay, hey Reggie, I see you, beloved. All right, Nita's in Mike's world. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this party started. Now, in the event, I was trying to fix the PowerPoint so that it doesn't freeze up. I was trying to get in touch with Microsoft. They had me on hold too long, so I tried to fix it myself. If it freezes, we'll just go to my email to pull it up. Hold on. Now, I have another broadcast right after this one for the members only. So if you're a member and you didn't receive the email link, just know that there's a members only live posted for 6 o'clock. Of course, it's going to be about 15 minutes late because I'm 15 minutes late on this one. But we're going to be talking about part 2. Yesterday, we talked about the neurotransmitters of the chakras and how they affect the chakras and balancing them. And then, so today, we're going to talk about the 114 chakras that I told you all about. Okay, so that's after this broadcast. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. Make sure I'm on the right PowerPoint. I don't want to pull up the wrong one. Okay, there we go. Why sugar gives us the blues. You all get those likes up. Thank you in advance. Okay, here we go. And so sugar in a child's brain. Sugar can cause negative effects on children with ADHD. For children with ADHD, sugar can further disrupt an already dysregulated brain. Okay? That should be dysregulated. Let me fix my typo real quick. An already dysregulated brain. Now, sugar can also have a negative impact on the gut. Okay? It affects your gut health. And remember, you have good bacteria in the gut, which is flora, that you need. So when you take antibiotics, it not only gets rid of the bad bacteria, but it also can disrupt the flora, which is the good bacteria. Okay, so children with ADHD may already have gastrointestinal symptoms, and sugar can make them even worse. Essentially, sugar affects ADHD by increasing brain dysregulation, which exacerbates symptoms. I'm sorry, I had this right in the first place. Now, hold on, let me go back. So now this is why some people, I've seen people, you know, newer people, more recently, not in the older days, because back when I was a kid, people didn't even think twice about giving their kids sugar. Okay, they gave us sugar all the time, all kinds of candy, Kool-Aid, you name it, honey buns. They let us go trick-or-treating and get all kinds of crap. But now you start to see more children's parents when they're like toddlers and they start developing their teeth. You see more of them having their parents give them like fruit, you know, like tangerine slices, you know, oranges, apples, because all of that candy and stuff is bad for the teeth, it's bad for the gut health, and if they have any type of issues like ADHD, autism, and things like that, sugar can negatively impact those things. Now, it isn't that sugar actually causes these things, but it is just something that exacerbates those issues and makes them far worse. So other studies have suggested that people with ADHD may have an imbalance in the level of neurotransmitters in the brain. There's that word again. We talked about this yesterday for the members when we talked about the chakras, the neurotransmitters. So it says ADHD may have an imbalance in the level of neurotransmitters in the brain, or that these chemicals don't work. It can disrupt these chemicals so that they don't work. Now, with that all being said, hold on. Let me get my typos corrected. This is what happens when you rush. So they don't work properly, okay? So that they don't work properly. Now, sugar in the blood. Well, what does that do? Blood glucose or blood sugar is the main sugar found in your blood. It is your body's primary source of energy. It comes from the food you eat. Now, your body breaks down most of that food into glucose and releases it into your bloodstream. You've heard people say they have low blood sugar. And so while eating lots of sugar occasionally doesn't directly cause diabetes in a normal weight or healthy person, but too much sugar can certainly be detrimental. Portion control and moderation are key, because remember, too much of anything is bad for you. You know, remember I think I told you all the story maybe about a month or so ago about the woman who literally drank too much water. And doesn't that sound almost crazy? But you absolutely can. Too much of anything can be bad. Now, so you need portion control. If you're consuming too much sugar on a daily or hourly basis, you will most likely gain weight and develop metabolic syndrome. Sugar in the eyes. Diabetic retinopathy is an eye condition that can cause vision loss and blindness in people who have diabetes. It affects blood vessels in the retina, the light-sensitive layer of tissue in the back of your eye, okay? If you have diabetes, it's important to get a comprehensive dilated eye exam at least once a year. Now, I just had one recently. I don't have diabetes, but I get an eye exam once a year. How many of you have had your eyes checked this year? Once in the chat. How many of you have actually had your eyes checked this year? We're in the 9th month. If you get annual eye exams, you likely would have gotten it already. Anyone? No one's in the chat, so y'all just don't care about y'all's little eyes? Okay, there we go. Okay, looks like the chat's frozen. Okay, I see it on my phone now. Okay, I was about to say, y'all need to get yourself together. Okay, so you need to have that done at least once a year. And one thing that I notice is when I get my eyes dilated, I have to always wear sunglasses when I leave, because my eyes just kind of feel sensitive. You know, they don't really hurt, but they feel a little sensitive towards the sun when I go outside after that. Now, diabetic retinopathy can cause abnormal blood vessels to grow out of the retina and block fluid from draining out of the eye. This causes a type of glaucoma, a group of eye diseases that can cause vision loss and blindness. See, all of these things are made worse because of too much sugar. Now, sugar in the adult's brain. Now, researchers discovered a mechanism linking high sugar consumption to an increased risk of Alzheimer's disease. The study found elevated blood glucose and increased sugar intake can lead to the proliferation of amyloid plaques in the brain. That's a characteristic sign of Alzheimer's. Okay? That's something that happens as you age. Now, while sugar consumption does not directly cause dementia, it can affect it. As mentioned earlier, consuming too much sugar can lead to health issues that increase the risk of developing dementia. Diets high in sugar can be linked to reduced, or they have been linked to reduced cognitive functioning and memory problems in older adults. Well, that almost sounds like Joe Biden. Wonder how much sugar he's taking in, because let's not forget how Obama, and I think it was Hillary, were talking about how much he loves that ice cream, if you all remember that. Clearly his cognitive ability is not great. Now, sugar in the teeth. Cavities are permanently damaged areas and the hard surface of your teeth that develop into tiny openings or holes. Okay, cavities, also called tooth decay or caries, are caused by a combination of factors, including bacteria in your mouth, frequent snacking, sipping sugary drinks, and not cleaning your teeth well. And let me tell you something. I didn't want to show you all some of the really gross pictures that they have online because they likely would make you gag. So I tried to get the more animated looking ones. You can see this tooth right here, this third and last tooth. Well, right here you can see the stages of progression. You can see how the tooth looked from beginning. It was a healthy tooth. Okay, it was completely white. There's nothing wrong with it. And then you can see how it starts to look right here when the plaque starts to build up. Okay, and then you get that tartar below the gum line. And then as you move over to here, then you can see the cavity right there, that black spot at the top. All right, and I've seen children, with little black teeth and all of that, poor little children, and it's not their fault because they're just children. The parents, I blame them for allowing them. Now, you really don't see that now, like I said, but I used to see that back in the day when I was like in high school or elementary or whatever, middle school. I would see that. And sometimes they would put those silver caps on those teeth, which those silver caps are the worst. I don't even think they do that anymore now because those have mercury. Now, when sugar is consumed, it interacts with bacteria within the plaque to produce acid. This acid is responsible for tooth decay because it slowly dissolves the enamel, creating holes or cavities in the teeth. Tooth decay can lead to tooth abscesses, which may result in the tooth having to be removed. Well, I'll tell you what, I've never had to have any teeth removed other than my wisdom teeth, and I really didn't have to have them removed. That doctor just lied and told me that I did so he could get paid. I didn't find that out till later, but something in my spirit was telling me I didn't need to let him take out my wisdom teeth because they weren't bothering me at all. They were absolutely not bothering me. I think I was like 25 or whatever, but they weren't bothering me. But he said, oh, you need to get your wisdom teeth pulled because if you don't, you start to get gum infections and this, that, and the third because they're hard to get to clean and all that. Now, which that may be true, but mine weren't bothering me. But I went along with him because I'd heard other people who were older than me, I'd heard them always talking about how their wisdom teeth bothered them and they had to have them removed. But at the end of the day, I shouldn't have done that. Now, can cutting out sugar reverse aging? So what happens to your body? Oh, I'm sorry. I think I skipped the whole slide. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Sugar in the skin. Now, this causes aging. Skin is composed of collagen and elastin, which make our skin supple and soft. Sugar causes cross-linking of collagen, resulting in stiffening and loss of elasticity of our skin. The more sugar we have, the more our skin starts to suffer. So some of you who just can't stop yourself from consuming all that sugar, who love to drink sweet things at night before you go to bed while you're sitting up there with your remote control and watching TV and just eating your snacks and all that, just remember, the more sugar you consume, the more it makes you age. All right? And I don't eat a lot of sugar. I never have it. In fact, I only had one cavity in my life. One cavity. Now, can cutting out sugar reverse aging? What happens to your body when you cut out sugar? In fact, research suggests that decreasing sugar intake may slow the aging effects that ages have on skin significantly. Okay, the aging effects that it has on skin significantly, especially when your diet includes lots of fruits and vegetables. That's why it's best to eat a plant-based diet. Excess sugar in the system. Well, the final statistical model of most studies found an association between sugar consumption and cancer outcomes. Independent of these other factors suggesting that unique risk associated with excess sugar consumption, independent of other lifestyle factors including BMI, and that's your body mass index. Breast cancer, okay? Breast cancer. So they say numerous epidemiologic studies have shown an association between sugar and breast cancer. Now, here's the thing. Let me clarify. Because in my research, they say that sugar does not cause cancer. But, however, it will contribute to it, okay? It will contribute to it. That is a contributing factor along with other things. So numerous epidemiologic studies have shown an association between sugar and breast cancer. Additionally, sucrose intake during adolescence was significantly correlated with higher percentage of dense breast volume, a known risk factor for breast cancer. Now, I put that little smiley face on there because y'all know how YouTube be on the queen. I don't want them saying, oh, she's posting inappropriate things, even though other people can post it. Now, in a case-controlled study in the United States, women under 45 years old who consume sweets 9.8 times per week are more experienced significantly, 9.8 times a week or more, experience significantly higher breast cancer risk than those who consume sweets less than 2.8 times per week. Now, the study found no significant association between risk of breast cancer and calorie intake. Okay? Macronutrients of types of fats showing a sugar-specific association. Now, is sugar more addictive than cocaine? Well, yes, it is. Can you believe that they say sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine? Now, if that's the case, I'm sorry, why isn't it illegal? Well, because they want us to take it. They want us to consume it. Okay, also keep in mind that sugar lowers your vibrations. Okay, and I know some people say, well, if you're feeling down or you're tired or whatever, and you eat something sweet, that perks you up. And just like when you give sugar to children, they get all hyper and all of that, right? Well, yeah, this is true. But guess what? About an hour later, they come crashing down. Okay? So now research on rats has found that sugar is more addictive than opioid drugs such as cocaine, and that there can be withdrawal symptoms such as depression and behavioral problems when people try cutting it out of their diet completely. So did you all even know that? Should we be treating refined sugar with even more caution? Well, yes, absolutely. Now, drug-like effects. A review published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine has claimed that refined sugar has a familiar effect on the brain as illegal drugs such as cocaine. In studies on rats, it has been found that there are significant similarities between eating sugar and drug-like effects such as binging, craving, tolerance, withdrawal, dependence, and reward. The research scientists claim that sugar alters mood and can induce reward and pleasure in the same way that drugs such as cocaine affect the brain. They cite studies in rats where sugar was preferred to cocaine. Isn't this crazy? And studies in mice where the mice experienced sugar withdrawal symptoms. Now, if you wouldn't know this, if you didn't know this, and you were someone who was trying to, you're trying to go on a diet to lose weight or whatever, and then you decide to cut sugar out of your diet, and then you start feeling sad and depressed, you wouldn't even realize likely that it was because you are no longer taking the sugar. That's why I say sugar gives us the blues. Pay attention. Now, withdrawal symptoms. Of the withdrawal symptoms, the authors of the review claim they say that when giving up sugar completely, Dr. DiNicolantonio says withdrawal symptoms from sugar came from dopamine deficiencies in the brain. Now, this may lead to symptoms such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and it may even create a similar state in the brain as found in patients who suffer from depression. Dopamine deficiency can be temporarily relieved by eating more sugar. That's when you absolutely are addicted to it. Isn't this crazy? And not only that, when you think about it, people who say that they have a hunger headache, well, it's usually because their body is so used to them consuming foods that have GMOs and all these chemicals. And see, those things you become addicted to those things. You don't even realize it. But the way you can tell is because when you stop taking those things, or if you don't have those things in your system for a certain amount of time, you start to feel sick, nauseous, you start to get a headache, and then you say it's a hunger headache. It's actually your body reacting to the lack of those chemicals that you're now addicted to. So, Dr. DiNicolantonio claims that sugar can override our self-control mechanisms, hence the term sugar fix. How many of you have heard that term? When someone says, oh, I need a sugar fix. This is all crazy. And you thought that people were saying that for a joke when they said that, but they really do. Really addicted to it. Dietary energy. Now, according to Public Health England, sugar intake in England is nearly 3 times the recommended limit. And that consumption of sugar and sugar-sweetened drinks is particularly high in school-aged children. On average, sugar contributes between 12% and 15% of our energy intake, whereas the Scientific Advisory Committee on Nutrition recommends that sugar should not exceed 5% of our total dietary energy. Eating too much sugar can lead to weight gain, which then increases the risk of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, stroke, and some cancers. But sugar also alters our mood and provides feelings of being rewarded and euphoria, hence the comparison to illegal drugs. Now, isn't that something? That is absolutely nefarious. I just want you all to pay attention. So that got you all out here cracked out on sugar. That's why some of you can't stop eating sweets. You can't help yourself. You've got to have your sugar fix at least once a day. And some of you, and let me tell you, who's in here? Now don't sit up here and lie, because I will literally come to your houses and find out. Who in here once in the chat, that Crazy Beach Air said sugar is a drug. Yes, a hell of a drug, like Rick James would say. Now, I need you all to put once in the chat and tell the truth and shame the devil. Who in here is still drinking Kool-Aid? I know y'all gonna sit up here and lie and act like none of y'all drink Kool-Aid. You know good and darn well y'all drinking Kool-Aid. Who in here is drinking Kool-Aid? Specifically red and grape, because I know that's what y'all love. All right, stop lying. You said all the way quick. Look at them. They're telling the truth now. That Crazy Bitch Era said her son when the money's tight. That Crazy Bitch Era said, I ain't gonna lie. Okay. Nancy said Kool-Aid gives her heartburn. Y'all are something else. Okay, look at Aeon talking about red and grape laughing. That's what they love, honey. You already know. Okay, Nessie X said she stopped drinking it years ago. Stacy said tropical punch. Look at y'all. That is hilarious, okay? So anyway, listen, stop drinking that Kool-Aid. And that Crazy Beach Aries, when the funds are low and the debts are high and you want to smile but you have to sigh and carrots pressing you down a bit, okay, rest if you must, but please don't quit. No, but seriously, beloved, tell your son to drink extra water. Tell your son to drink. Let me tell y'all something. To be honest with you, all I drink is water. That's all I literally drink. Every day when you see me drinking out of this, it's always water. It's always water. I used to drink my herbal teas in the morning, but now I just drink water all day. I just drink water all day. Now listen, how much water? Now I'm not going to say I don't want my herbal teas. I do, but I just haven't been drinking them lately. For the past 3 months, I've only been drinking water. Now, hold on. That Crazy Beach Air said, I don't drink, you don't like sugar. You have diabetes. Is that what you said, beloved? Okay. All Hell No said, your favorite color is red. Your favorite flavor is red. I know it is. That's everybody that looks like me. That's your favorite color of Kool-Aid. I already know. And then after the red is grape. And the red, the funny thing is, the red doesn't even have a flavor. How come y'all never say strawberry or cherry? How come nobody ever says that? In the history of black people, we've never called the red Kool-Aid a flavor. Have y'all noticed that? We say orange, tropical punch, grape, but the red Kool-Aid is just red Kool-Aid. How ghetto is that? How ghetto is that? We don't even call it a flavor. We just call it red Kool-Aid. Okay. G from the land said, you're a Pepsi addict. Okay. Hundia said she really dislikes the grape. Lily X said, me too, at work all day. Oh hell no! So we say red. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We never. How come we never called it red? Strawberry, cherry, watermelon. We just always called it red Kool-Aid. That's funny to me. Does it even have a flavor on the pack? Because you know how they have the flavors on the pack, right? Does the red Kool-Aid even have a flavor on the pack? Let me look it up real quick. I just got to figure this out because this is also ghetto. Hold on. Let me see real quick. What flavor is the red Kool-Aid? Let me see what they say. Okay, perhaps one of the best known Kool-Aid flavors, this bright red beverage is beloved by many. The mix of fruits range from cherries and grape to citrus. Okay, they're just beating around the bush. Okay, it says tropical punch. It says tropical punch. I don't know if I believe that. That red, that's a lie. The red is not tropical punch. Because I've seen tropical punch Kool-Aid. The red is not tropical. I don't think they even know. So they're just going to call it anything. Hundia said fruit punch. Is that what it is? Okay. Because I know tropical punch is not in the red pack. I don't think. I've seen the one that says tropical punch. Okay. So anyway, Laverne said you keep it simple with water. Right. Sharon said not back in the day. Okay. So listen. Now, that article is not written by black people, says Tracy. Clearly, beloved. It absolutely couldn't have been. Okay? Lillian said she thinks it's tropical punch. I don't think so. Let me look that up. Let me see what the tropical punch pack looks like. Because I don't recall that being red. I mean, I haven't seen it in years, but let me just see. Let me Google it real quick. Nope, I knew it. I'm going to show this on the screen. See, I knew that the red is not tropical punch because the tropical punch actually comes in a blue package. And that's what I thought. Here it is right here. Y'all see that? That's the tropical punch right there. It's blue. I mean, it's got the picture of the Kool-Aid, the red Kool-Aid on there, but the picture of Kool-Aid is always featured as red. So, nope, that's not it. Hundia said fruit punch. Let me look that one up. Oh, it actually shows cherry. Let me let you all see this. So that's cherry Kool-Aid we've been drinking. That Crazy Beach Air said, don't forget Sunny D. Not Sunny D. Okay. Now I can see, wait a second. Okay, for those of you who said it's tropical punch, it is red in the jar right here, but the package is blue. Okay, so maybe it is. Now this one says cherry, and then you got Hawaiian punch is also red. Okay, well, maybe that's why people call it red Kool-Aid, because they have different flavors that are all red, I guess. Still ghetto. Y'all are still ghetto, though. Y'all are still ghetto, especially y'all that still drink Kool-Aid. Y'all all need to sit down somewhere. Laverne said she hasn't had Kool-Aid since she can remember. Juju said they try to pull the Mandela effect. You're right, Juju. I'm glad you noticed that, beloved. Quit thinking on your feet. Okay? That Crazy Beach Air said, I didn't know red is a flavor. It isn't. And that's why I said it's ghetto for us to be calling it that. Y'all are something else. Okay, so with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast because I have to get ready for the next one, okay, for the members. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Now listen, make sure that you're watching your sugar intake. One more question before you leave out of here. How many of you drink at least 64 ounces of water per day? Once in the chat. Now, some of you may not measure your water. Some of you may not measure it. But how many of you know for a fact that you drink at least 64 ounces of water per day? Like this right here. You see the size of this? I fill this up at least 4 times throughout the day. Try to do it more. But if I'm busy, I'll still make sure that I fill it up at least 4 times. Okay, that's just a given. So I know that I'm getting at least 64 ounces. And I have this bigger container that I drink out of, this big jug, and it has 64 ounces on there. You should be drinking at least 64 ounces of water per day. At least. If you really want to get into it, you should be drinking half of your body weight. So if you weigh 160 pounds, yeah, you should be drinking 80 ounces of water per day. Okay, 80 ounces. You should be drinking half of your body weight. But if you're not doing that, if you can't do all of that, you should at least be drinking 64 ounces per day. Some of you all's body weight, might just require you to drink that much or even a little bit less, depending on what size you are. And so just keep that in mind. Try to increase your water intake and decrease your sugar intake. And here's the thing. Why don't we all just make a pledge starting next week to go on a sugar fast? Some of y'all are going to be mad as I don't know what. Y'all going to need a Snickers because it changes your mood. Remember, when you take sugar, you consume sugar, and then you stop, it can affect your mood. You can have mood swings and all of that. So why don't you all make a pledge that you will not consume any sugar for a week at least? Now, I know some of you are going to lie because y'all love to cheat. Some of y'all cheat on the trivia, so you darn sure going to cheat on this. But I'm just trying to give you inspiration and motivation so you can be healthier. Okay, and also, here's the thing. Me and my friend, Sophia Stewart, the one that owns the Matrix franchise, we took a sugar fast. About 3 months ago, we started a sugar fast for 12 days. You'd be surprised how different you feel when you have absolutely no sugar. Now, here's the thing. I stay away from refined sugar if I can. Now, sometimes I will. It's depending on what I'm eating from where I purchase it. But when I'm at home, I sweeten things with honey or agave. That's what I like to use, honey or agave. Okay, so try using natural sugars instead of refined sugar if you just have to have sugar. All right? Try doing things like that. But anyway, with that all being said, I'm trying to help y'all live long term. But some of y'all are not going to listen. Y'all think y'all going to be sitting up here cheating the queen honey, but in reality, you're only cheating yourself. And then when you start looking old as I don't know what, with all them wrinkles and all that, because your skin no longer has elasticity, and then you got to go down there and get those injections in your cheeks and all that stuff. Yeah. Then y'all going to be looking real crazy. Like some of these other people walking around here with those fillers. I'm not going to say any names, Jada Pinkett. But I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And so make sure that you're careful about that sugar intake, okay? Hold on. Who is that said they tried? Tracy said she tried, but she'll try again. Well, that's what you're supposed to do, beloved. If you try, if at first you don't succeed, just try and try again, okay? That Crazy Beach Aaron said sugar fasting is like fentanyl addiction. Laverne, sit down somewhere. Laverne said that she's baking for the holidays now. Laverne, are you serious? It is not even October. What holidays are you baking for? Thanksgiving and Christmas? Real quick, Jason said, what about sugar-free? No. Sugar-free items and stuff, that stuff is no good, Jason, beloved, because all they're going to do is put artificial sweeteners in there. And the thing about those is most of those artificial sweeteners are absolutely worse than sugar. That is absolutely true. And if you go into the stores, I'm trying to cut my fan on. And if you go into the stores and you're drinking like Diet Coke and that stuff, the stuff they put in there is worse than sugar. So no, I wouldn't advise that. I wouldn't advise sugar-free. Absolutely not. Just sweeten your things with honey or agave or something like that. Natural sugars if you can. All right. I know y'all just not going to do right. Who's this talking about kidney stones? Myth King the D said kidney stones ain't nothing to play with. Well, absolutely they are not. I've heard they can be very painful. Sharon said she can't tolerate anything sugar-free. Okay? Latasha said, better let Sarah Lee help you out. Hold on. Who is this talking about they made pumpkin cookies? Lady E said, I made some pumpkin cookies yesterday. Well, send me some. Now, I will tell that. I will say that. Now, when it's close to Halloween, I do like pumpkin. I love the flavor of pumpkin, so I do like pumpkin donuts and stuff like that. Hold on. Y'all got everybody in here backsliding. Y'all need to, let me let y'all out of here because y'all are doing the most. We're trying to go on a sugar fast and y'all sitting up here talking about pumpkin cookies and all that. No, it's time to go. Just remember, you all better remember these questions, the things that we talked about, because this is going to be on the trivia. And don't forget, we're going to have the regular trivia and then we're going to have the Jeopardy round. And then next week, it's going to be the grand finale where we're going to have some of you up here on the screen and you're going to play Family Feud again. And those winners will get a nice reward. Now, the last winners got t-shirts, okay, from my t-shirt shop. But so this time, I'm gonna give out something that's even costs even more than the t-shirts. So y'all might want to try to make sure y'all paying attention. And y'all have Mr. Hotel and his father to thank for that, because they're the ones funding all this for y'all to get these trinkets. All right? So with that all being said, I'm going to let y'all go. Everyone enjoy the rest of this lovely day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. With that all being said, I will see you all in the morning for your morning wake-up call. Okay? Peace.